Want stronger lifts? Just a half scoop of this supplement could noticeably extend your sets and replace your entire pre-workout stack. Don't miss this episode.
All right, everybody. I'm Jim McMahon, CEO of Mutant, and of course, Big Ron Partlow.
Great to be here, Jim. I'm always happy to throw the lab coat on and come back to the office, to the actual lab.
Well, exactly. We do need to be a little authentic in the lab, and we really are in the lab. This is all where we're at, so hence the lab coats. Otherwise, we'd be in our civvies.
I remember coming up here for taste tests of all the products all those years I was in the office. It was fantastic. So.
Yeah.
You bet.
Well, exactly. Well, what we're going to do, this is a new show for Mutant Nation TV, this Mutant Lab Report. And what we wanted to make sure that everybody understands is that Mutant Nation, we know that confusion is the enemy out there when it comes to supplements and nutrition. So we're going to be giving you the real facts so you can make real good choices to get real results. And that way you save your time and your money. But Ron, when you're hitting the gym and you're going for it in life, you got all these goals. Like, obviously we're talking about all in. What does all in actually mean to you aside from the name of the supplement here?
Well, to me, all in means putting everything you have so that you can get the optimal result, so that you waste the least amount of time. It all comes down to, as a competitive bodybuilder, all those years I spent, I wanted to make sure that I was as efficient as possible. I wanted my workout to be as good as possible. I wanted to be as strong as possible, as hydrated as possible, as focused as possible, right? Everything came down to trying to get the most out of every session. And it wasn't just about the workout, it's about the diet too, not missing the meals, being regimented and disciplined.
A lot of the pre-workouts that we were seeing out there, and we made a few of them too over the years, but we hadn't made a new one in like 3 or 4 years. So to step into the game, we wanted to go past where everybody seemed to be. So, we see a lot of jars this size out there on the market, and they may say they have 30 or 40 servings, but the serving size, like this, guys. We're going to use some poker chips, of course, for all in. But, some of these other products, the serving size really is only like 4 or 5 grams.
It's a small scoop.
Yeah, active ingredients, and the label looks impressive. It's got 40 serves or something like that. And then you got some other powders, pre-workouts that are even better. They're an actual getting up to a bigger size dose and things like that. And then you've got some other nicer, responsible products out there. They even have more. But, for Mutant, we just decided to go a little bit more all in. This may be a little cheesy. We don't care. But we want to get the point across because we've already had some people go, well, hey, it says 18 serves on the jar. And I go, well, hold on. This is 18 triple serves. This is what this really is. Double or triple.
Right.
There's over a pound of powder in this jar.
Right.
And the other aspect about all of this was, and if you want to crack that one open, just so you can show everybody. I mean, how many times you open up a jar and, it's only filled down to here or something like that? I mean, just check it, just tilt that towards the camera there and people can see.
Yeah, pretty full. And then the big scoop, when you see a big scoop like this,
that's a monster.
That's a 28-gram scoop.
Yeah.
So you're getting a full 6 grams of citrulline, for example, complete serving of citrulline in that scoop. So there's large doses of the ingredients, not just trace doses.
Yeah. So, hey, listen, when I was at your gym, at West Coast Iron, training that one day, you and I were in the office and we were talking, and you actually had already been starting to use the trial samples we sent you.
Yeah.
And you did mention something about you noticed one of the other effects that you weren't expecting. Can you go on about that for everybody?
Yeah, so I have tried everything. I've been around for a long time, training for 30 years. And I was going through a phase where I wasn't using any pre-workout at all. Right. I was just
cleaning it up,
having a break. I was just having a coffee before I trained. And you brought me a bunch of samples of this to try. So I was using the little secret packets that I had. And I really liked the pumps. I really liked how I felt in the gym. I really like the amount of stim. Like I told you, I'm not into the heavy stim ones.
Right.
But this was nice and smooth. And I also, it's been a long time since I had a little bit of a tingle. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Had
the
been
world
a long
famous
time.
pre-workout tingle.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I had that, and I had a little bit of a tingle. And at first, I was like, "Whoa, wow, I forgot about this."
Yeah.
But it was good. Yeah, I liked
But it wasn't one of those that freaked you right out of your skin.
No, it was just subtle. But I was like, "Oh, there it is. There it is." You know, just enough I could tell that it had those ingredients in it that were doing what they were supposed to do. So, you know, the pump was incredible, and you know, it's always I'll take a great pump and a few extra reps on my bench any day.
Well, and that's the point I was hoping he was going to talk about, because the extra reps were kind of the part of the surprise that you were telling me about.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, right now, you know, at this stage of my life, I'm training to try to maintain my strength and stay, you know, in the game. And so if all of a sudden I'm expecting 8 and I get 9 or 10, even my training partner will notice.
Yeah.
He'll be like, "Oh, that was an especially good set." You know what I mean? So whenever I have, you know, maybe 2 or 3 especially good sets in a workout out of the blue, I'm like, here we go. This is a nice, you know, because I mean, I've sampled everything.
Well, right? I'm glad, you know, as a formulator, I'm glad you recognize that.
Yeah.
And so here we got rep 300, and he's noticing this stuff. You can imagine everybody's going to notice. So one of the things I wanted to share with some of the difference makers within the formula, because listen, citrulline, beta-alanine, creatine, betaine, caffeine, we can go on. But some of these difference makers, like we put in 6 grams of branched chain amino acids. There's not a lot of pre-workouts out there doing that these days.
Right.
And people think branched chains are for, you know, growth and recovery. And they are, of course, but there's some wonderful strength studies on leucine, by the way. So that's one of the strength ingredients that we put in here. But it's also a buffer. It is a set extender. Most people know beta-alanine as a set extender. You have citrulline, which a lot of people don't talk about, actually has 3 exquisite data studies done on its performance capabilities. But the subtle differences really come from this lovely little ingredient called aquamin. It's a very specialized form of a seaweed-derived calcium. It's got 72 other trace elements in it, or trace minerals. And then, of course, we added in the magnesium. You put all that together, you've got a natural set of buffers that a lot of pre-workouts don't take into account. Because, strength is one thing, but extending the set is so critical.
Yeah.
And so that's another focus that we put in here that I think a lot of other pre-workouts just weren't looking at. And again, we're not trying to say we're better than everybody else, but we are trying to say we're thinking ahead about how much stim do you need to put in your frickin' pre-workout? Sorry.
Yeah.
You don't need that much. One of the other things I just wanted to share with everybody, because again, a lot of people may not know this. We're actually the manufacturer. We're in one of our 3 buildings. It's almost 250,000 square feet of manufacturing and operations here. And we do tend to do things a little differently, because we like to think we're one of the better brands out there when it comes to especially quality and things like that. And so I wanted to show you just an illustration here. So usually when you make a product, you'll have a dossier of all your ingredients. So if the government comes in or somebody wants to see your information, like we ship to Germany, Australia, we actually ship into China, by the way.
So they want to see this.
They want to see the information. So usually if you're a brand owner, you're supposed to have a dossier on file. A lot don't.
Right.
Sorry. That's a fact. And so a lot of them will have a dossier, and it'll just be a couple pages long. Our dossier that we do here, a little different. Hold on. Be right back. I don't know if you can all see that.
That's all for this product.
That's all just for this product alone.
Right.
So when we tell you we did something for strength, power, hydration, neurofocus, stimulation, whatever we're saying, we generally always have the backup here. And this is what you have to do to be GMP compliant, GMP for good manufacturing practices. We need to do this for all the governments around the world. So this is why we're very passionate about what we do at Mutant, because we think we do it a little bit better. Right. Simple as that. Let's wrap up here.
Okay.
How about we give everybody your top 3 takeaways?
Actual quality of set improving. And that's not just an extra rep on the set. That's also, you know, getting a better pump from the set, feeling a great contraction, good mental focus, you know, that sort of thing. Secondly, I think that whatever citrulline you're using in here is fantastic quality, because I know what citrulline does, and it's very, very effective in this. And I've taken 6 grams of other citrulline, 6 grams of this citrulline, 6 grams of that citrulline. This formula is a much superior pump to doing just that by itself, obviously. And then third is, like I said, I like some stim,
Right.
but I don't want it to be nuts. And I want it to be a good balance between stim and focus.
Right.
And that's one of the things that I really liked about this. You know, it was like I would forget that I had stim in my system. I just
Right.
felt really alert.
Okay.
You know, so those were all fantastic for me. That's why I love the formula so much. That's
Okay.
why I gave you the thumbs up when you gave me the, you know, the top.
We get
secret
2
little
thumbs
samples.
up.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we get 3 now.
Yeah.
All right, so better sets was the first one.
Yeah.
Number 2,
Quality, huge pumps.
huge pumps. And number 3,
Good balance between focus and stim.
well, there you have it from the
yeah.
man himself.
Hey.
Big Ron Partlow, Rep 300. Follow him on
Yeah,
Instagram.
you can find me anywhere.
You can follow me at Mutant CEO. Don't forget to go over to the Mutant website as well. You can follow us at Mutant Nation as well. And just keep following us because we got a lot of new stuff coming
Yeah.
out. At Mutant Nation, we know that the confusion is the enemy. We're here to help you get the real facts so you get the real results. And that way you save your time and your money. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Ron.
Thanks, Mutant Nation. Thanks, Jim.
See you guys.